What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so we're gonna keep this one short because your boy does have to get out the door. But yeah, let's get right into it. We do have PC tomorrow. That is the Fed's. That is their favorite measure of inflation. So whatever that comes in as, if it's hot or weak, there you go. All right, we're probably gonna have some continuation with whatever that move, like whatever PC sparks, whatever move that sparks, we're probably going to see some follow through is what I'm getting at. All right, that's because yeah, everybody. I mean, I assume most of the market knows that PC is the Fed's favorite measure of inflation. So yeah, that's really going to be telling. And if people are thinking like this, they're like, oh, okay, it's a weak number. There we go. The Fed doesn't have to be as hawkish. Although not gonna, I personally don't think anything's gonna be changing. The Fed has told us what they're gonna be doing. They haven't varied from that in months. So yeah, I mean, the rest is just, it's literally just noise. All right, people could think things are gonna change, but no, in reality, things are not going to change. And honestly, the FOMC minutes, guys, they actually exposed that it wasn't just all dovish talk. All right, it wasn't, and I think that is why you ended up getting the reaction you saw. Um, I mean, I'm gonna say right now, this is stuff we all knew. We knew about it. All right, the market just wants to overreact on things that they know. But I will say, like, what it did show us that, yeah, definitely, guys, there were some hawkish things, just like there were dovish things. All right, if you guys do want to see my brief thoughts over on the minutes, then go over to the written update. I shared that. I think it was in last night's. Or was the night before? When were minutes? I think minutes were yesterday, right? I'm not sure, right? I am not sure. The past few days have been kind of all warped together, right? Been short on time, I guess. But yeah, all right. So let's get into the TA, starting with the daily chart. You do see we do have a hammer candlestick here on QQQ. All right, this is a green candlestick. It should be a red candlestick because you open up here and you are currently over there. All right, you do have increasing volume, but it's showing to be increasing sell volume. All right, now you come over here to SPY and SPX. Now you do have decreasing volume over here with the move that's taking place. All right, now stepping over to VIX. VIX did end up closing its gap. If you go over to the hourly chart, you can literally see, we can even see it on the 15-minute. You literally reversed right off of VIX's gap fill. I told you guys in last night's written update that I just didn't think that was going to be where VIX stopped falling. I think we probably have a decent sized bounce incoming. And it did start this morning. I thought like it was going to be over with what we were seeing or over here. I thought we were going to start, just losing some levels here. And I thought we were just going to keep breaking down and come straight for QQ's gap fill down here. We didn't end up doing that. We ended up recovering. All right. We've literally been bouncing in between the supply and demand here. All right. You literally broke your low over here. All right. So you're coming up. I told you guys that we were going to be watching that. All right. But you broke that and you made this new low. And because you made the new low, now I'm definitely looking for a lower high. And I think that lower high is probably going to form right here. I don't know. Like, I got no crystal ball, so I don't know exactly where it's going to form. But I will say with what I'm seeing right now, I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing on the lower time frames. I had a PCE. I think there's a solid shot that we end up bouncing with PCE, and that ends up. I don't know if it's going to put in a divergent high or anything. We're going to have to see what it is. If it's something like a crazy low number, then like, hey, maybe you see like a decent sized rally come out of it. All right. But nevertheless, I was looking for a bounce. We're getting our bounce. Yeah, we've kind of been getting the bounce. Anybody had like a decent amount of opportunities to play this thing. You got your second right here. If you didn't end up playing it the other day. Now I didn't end up adding to anything over here. I unfortunately I did not cut my calls this morning, so a bit very stupid what I did. All right, but I am in my calls right now. They're literally they came right back to life. All right. But I was in the 298 calls for Friday. They're currently going for 150, but they ended up falling off a cliff. I don't know why I didn't cut them. I do very stupid things sometimes, and that's why I say sometimes here on the channel, like, hey guys, you're gonna see me be an idiot sometimes. That's just how it's gonna be. All right. Sometimes I'll be smart. Sometimes I'll look like a fool. All right. I really can't explain some things. Just I guess it's what comes with the territory of being a human. We're all humans. That is the thing. All right, but going back over the daily time frame, I want to point out the stochastic on QQ and SPY is crossing up from oversold territory over here ahead of PCE. I don't think you're going to get any decent sell off that comes with us getting these, like, unless it comes in with a hot number and you just completely see this all in gold, then I'd say, like, yeah, all right, we're probably going to continue down. All right. But it really is going to depend on PC. All right. I would say the charts are definitely leaning into, we're probably going to get a pop with this. We're probably going to get the back test. All right. I told you guys that I was looking for the back test over here on SPX and SPY. We just never got it. The back test now would mean we're coming way up. All right. So I don't know if we are going to be getting that, but if you get a low number, yeah, I think we'll probably like either come up here and to this gap fill, which I think this is where we're gonna end up going to either way. I think we come up and fill these gaps on QQ and SPY. But yeah, if you get a low print tomorrow morning, then like there is a shot that you do end up hey, you end up squeezing up there. All right. I still think the market is at a middle ground right now. I think both sides are just like on the edge of their seat. Nobody really knows what's going on here. But what we do know is we did make the lower low. All right. And because we got the lower low here from this one over here, all right, guaranteed, guys, I'm looking for the lower high. So I don't think you're going to come back up here. All right. Or, I mean, is data just going to completely throw trend to the side? Probably not. All right. Because, I mean, we held the uptrend this whole time. We literally just kept making them. Well, guess what? It's switched now. So I assume we're probably going to get the exact same where you have weeks of going down in your trend. All right. I can only assume that is what's going to be taking place. So I'm still looking for that lower high to come out of this. And look at that. Look at this. All right. I got to see what was said. All right. What did this Dally person say? Sparking this massive rally. This massive rally did end up. It did save me. I wasn't really looking at it like this. I kind of just wasn't watching screens. All right. And by the time I saw it, it was kind of too late over here, and I was just like, oh, well, screw me. Did it again. Like, oh well. And like, holy crap, there's just a lot of times, guys, when I just don't take the money that's right in front of me, and then like when the time comes, like, and then you have another opportunity to play the same exact, like literally the same exact play. Then you got to go heavier down here if you want to do so. And like I decided not to because I didn't want to go heavier on the position. I'm just doing that. So, I mean, I have that happen a decent amount of times. I'm working on making that happen less. It would probably happen less if I was more present. I've been a bit distracted the past few days. So there's been that. Sorry, I did not have a video coming out the past 2 days. I know you guys probably missed these, but we are here. We're back. All right. Your boy just didn't have time to record a vid, and that's just what's going to happen sometimes. But guess what, guys? The written updates, post to the Weeble, guaranteed those will just be there. All right. They will be there. All right. On very rare occasion, I will not be posting one of those. The worst case scenario for me, I could just do what I've done the past 2 days. I could just literally type them up on my phone real quick. It takes like half an hour to an hour. There we go. I should have it out there. So if you don't see me over here, go check out the Weevil. All right, I should be there. You do have this divergent high with the RSI going on right there. All right, but stepping back over here, right? So another thing we have ahead of PCE is we do have VIX stochastic crossing down from overbought territory. Okay, we did end up filling the gap. If you guys were there for the written update last night, I told you guys that I didn't think we would VIX would stop falling on the filling of the gap. All right, and it's because of what I was seeing. I was just seeing that we were probably going to get a rather significant bounce here. All right, and that is what is taking place. All right, we do have a I think this is a dragonfly doji. All right, as well as don't actually I mean right now that would just be a long-legged doji to me. We're gonna have to see how it shapes up. All right, but if you do end up closing up here, maybe we do end up forming a very well-defined hammer candlestick here on QQ. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. This kind of is already looking like a hammerman candlestick, but I think we would refer this as that Dragonfly Doji, I think that's what it is called. But either way, guys, I mean, daily time frame is looking bullish ahead of PC. That's all I really got to say. That's that. And like, I'm sorry, I can't please all the bears out there. I know there's probably a lot of bears just sitting out there like, hey, when's gonna be my time? When's gonna be my time? I'm gonna tell you guys, there's actually like a lot of opportunity to just trade these back and forth. That's what I've been enjoying recently. I'm not gonna say I rather do this. I much rather just be able to I rather just literally buy, like at this point in time. I'd much rather right now. I would like to confidently make the decision, like, hey, let me buy March 31st puts. Let me buy April. I think it's the expiration is April 21st puts. By the way, guys, Congrats to anybody on Nvidia if you guys did take your profits before yesterday. All right, if not, then I'm sorry. Like you probably I don't know what the position ended up doing, but I did see that. So I mean, a lot of those gains probably just got given back. But if you did end up doing that before earnings, taking what Bravo says all the time to heart, hey, always exit before earnings. Congratulations. There's that. And that's honestly, that's what I'm doing here with PC, guys. It kind of sucks to not be taking a position, but I guess this is a step in the right direction of dealing with my own personal FOMO. All right. I don't get to play the big data event that's definitely going to be bringing price action. That's kind of fine to me right now. All right. Because honestly, if I'm nervous about something, I don't really want to be touching it. I just don't. All right. I was willing to play the calls before 'em. I'm actually still in calls right now. I am going to be exiting those. Um, actually, yeah, I'll probably exit. So, hang on, guys. Give me a second. I'm like literally talking myself into doing smart things, guys. Just ahead of yeah. Let me do this. Hang on. It's just ahead of events, guys. There's no reason to be stupid. All right, like my personal opinion. There's no reason to be stupid. It's great. All right. All right, guys. So we're out of those. All right. So sorry. Let's get back into it. Sorry, lost my brain there. I think we did go over the daily time frames. Let's go over here. All right. So I was telling you guys that I do think the charts are set up to bounce going into PC, or not into PC, maybe into PC. Maybe we bounce aggressively going into tomorrow morning and then we drop. But if things don't really change right now, I gotta assume that we're probably going to have a decent sized move off of PC to the upside. I think it'll probably bring you up to this gap fill. And that's where I will, after this, I'll be looking for short entries. But as of right now, you do have the bullish divergence sitting here on your RSI. I think that's a triple bullish divergence. And then you also have the bullish divergence here on your CCI going from right there with that one and that one. All right. And because of these, like I'm just saying, like guys, 4 hour divergences, they're not going to be taken lightly. All right. We already had a little one and it produced a little pop. Well, now you have a well-defined bullish divergence. You do not have that over on QQ. I know you had a slight one over here. Maybe you actually did end up slightly undercutting that. That out the way. What was actually the low of that? So the low of this 292.55 over here is 292.56. So you actually, I mean, you do have a slight bullish divergence, I guess, on the RSI here on QQ as well. All right. So, like, not only do you have it on SPX and SPY, but you also have it on QQQ. Solid shot, guys, that you were going to have some upside. But again, like, it's all going to depend on the data. Like, if you have a hot PC print, which, like, with everything else we have gotten, all right, we got the hot CPI, we got the hot PPI, we got the hot jobs report. With all those factors, guys, like, this is the last measure of inflation for the month of January. I would assume it's also going to be hot like the other ones. So, like, I'm just saying that's like my thoughts. But I'm also gonna say right now the charts are literally setting up to rally into it. So, like, is it gonna be a light number? I have absolutely no idea, and that's why, guys, I'm serious. I'm just choosing to just chill. All right, but you do have your stochastic crossing up here on QQ as well as SPX spot. You have the same thing going on over there, and look at that bullish engulfing candle here on SPY. All right, 396 to 401, guys. That's a $5 move sparked by that Fed speaker. That's insane. All right. This is insane right here. Holy crap. It just sold those and they're up another $10. Jesus Christmas, guys. Jesus Christmas. Crazy, mate. Crazy. You would assume, like, holy crap. But, like, at the same time, no, I'm even saying a bounce is likely. So I don't even know, dude. I have absolutely no idea, is what I'm getting at. Absolutely no idea. Whatever. All right. But going over the hourly time frame, you can really see how crazy today was. All right. Are these whipsaw movements? All right. Would this qualify as a whipsaw? All right. You like literally went from overbought territory back to oversold, back to overbought. All right. You come over here to SPY. That did not take place. Oh, it did take place. All right. I guess it's just not on SPX, but it took place on SPY here. That is insane. All right. That's like literally insane. Let's just see how big of a move this was. So today, day traders, here's your playground. 1.5% to the downside. 1.2% to the upside. That's crazy. All right, that's crazy. All right. But yeah, dude, you do have your over or not oversold oscillators. You have your 1 hour oscillators in oversold territory ahead of PCE. All right. So even though you do have this going on, I wouldn't be surprised to see you end up falling into the PCE data drop. All right. And then that makes you rally. So maybe you end up doing something like that. I don't know. All right, you do have 45 minutes left in the day. It is, well, in the trading session, it's 3:15 Eastern Standard Time. So there's that. All right. So did we go over everything? Let's actually look at what's going on in Mr. VIX. All right. Do we have any 1 hour bullish divergence? We don't have a divergence. So I have to assume this thing's that QQ and SPY are gonna keep going higher and VIX is probably gonna keep falling. All right, just because you don't have these divergences. All right. You had this little one and boom, you got a little pop out of that. All right, but you had none on the 4 hour time frame. You did have this bearish divergence going on, and that's why I said like you're probably this is going to be a decent size sell off. It's something like that. All right. Yeah, I mean the next like I think we're probably going to see the 4 hour oscillators here on Mr. VIX cycle back down, all the way back down, and that's where I'm going to be looking for this thing to start bouncing again. Of course, that's where I'm going to be looking for the top on QQ and SPY. All right. But coming over to SPX, right now, I have seen multiple holy freaking lines. Can we get these lines the frack out of here? That is so many. I agree, guys. If you guys were thinking what I was thinking just now, I agree. All right. Get these lines out of here. Too much clutter. Way too much clutter going on. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. All right. Yeah, I guess we get out of there. All right, guys. So we do have this wedge. I've seen this posted a few times on Twitter. Um, Guess it would be just about there, eh? It would be just about there, eh? All right, so I ended up putting on my chart this morning, and I get nervous. I was like earlier today, I was like, "Holy crap, is this thing gonna break down?" Well, oscillator's literally in oversold territory right now. Like, because if it did break down from it today, I would assume you're probably gonna have some fall through, and then you're probably gonna get a back test. All right, and then oscillator's literally going to dance around in oversold territory for quite some time. But that's not what's happening. So now I wouldn't be surprised if you do end up, we're going to have to see what happens here. But do we end up coming up to the top of this boundary, or the top boundary of this rising wedge? I don't know. That's what I'm going to be watching for. But you definitely do have your buying pressure stepping in, which is very apparent over here on QQQ. Very apparent. All right. Look at that massive wick right there. Massive. All right. Absolute insane price action today. Absolutely insane. But yeah, over here on Apple, that also broke down from its trend line there, and it never ended up getting that back test. So are we going to see the back test come in with the PCE tomorrow? Maybe. All right, maybe that this is another one that also is, in my opinion, set up to rally going into it. All right, do we have the we don't have the bullish divergence there, but either way, you are still over here. Like, look what this thing is doing. It's doing the same thing that QQ and SPY were doing. All right, have your stochastic crossing up from oversold territory right ahead of a big data drop. Like, it doesn't have to be a hot print tomorrow. Like I think it's gonna happen. It doesn't have to be a weak print. All right, so like. Just saying, guys, nobody knows. That's what I'm trying to get at. Nobody has that crystal ball that's really going to tell you. I'm telling you right now, charts are set up to rally. All right, so like even if it is a hot number, because I really like charts and I think charts will dictate where we move. I still think like, hey, no, the setup here is it's not to go short yet. All right, not just yet. I think it's definitely worth waiting. All right. Last thing I guess I'll mention. Really doesn't have anything new. All right, but you making another divergent high there. All right. I want to point out that you are cooling off today in the bond market. All right. But I'm still going to point out the same thing I was pointing out. Feel like it was around that day right there that we started calling this bad boy out. Guys, I told you guys it was only a matter of time until the market starts pretty much pricing this in, and I still think that this is true. Still think that with this up there, yeah, guys, it really is only a matter of time until the market starts getting sucked down. All right, with like how I look at gaps as a sucking price if you get close enough to them. Well, that's how I look at this thing. This thing's one giant magnet, and with these up here, it's literally just gonna put a magnet on SPY here, all the way down here. Here is your giant magnet. Here it is. Here's your magnetic field, or magnetic force, I guess we could say, sucking price down. Look at that. It's kind of, is that a face here? Is that, you got a nose, eyes? That's sexy face right there. And it really is only a matter of time, guys. So just know, like, the macro point of view here, the like short term, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bullish on the charts, but midterm, like, yeah, guys, things will continue to I'm just gonna say right now, technicals will continue to prevail. All right. It was only a matter of time until this thing started coming back down. Now that we have this, we're getting a weekly close under on QQ and SPY here under the 100 mark, or yeah, under the 100 mark, which that is giving us our sell signal, which once that happens, which I think it's very likely that this happens, all right, this week, if it does happen on both of these guys, we have weeks of selling ahead of us. That is what I'm going to be looking for. Back to what you had going on over here, all right? Just holy Jesus, a lot of red. All right, so I'm excited for that, but just know, like, short term, bullish. All right, midterm, bearish. You're going to see this weekly chart prevail. All right, so that is that. All right, guys, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and yeah, peace.